set. Oh God, I'm gonna die. I gotta get this on camera. No. Hey everybody, welcome to the Marino Show. I'm your host, David Marino, and I'm excited to welcome back my guest, Nigel David, filmmaker. Last time we talked about his film, The Midnight Owl, which actually premiered in August, I believe, and now he's shooting the sequel, and he's actually on set while they're getting ready to film. So Nigel, tell me about what you're doing and kind of what you've been doing since the first part of this actually premiered.
Okay, so everybody, thank you, David, for having us back. We appreciate you so much. We got a lot of great views off of our last show with you and that, so much appreciated. Love the publicity on it for sure. But yeah, guys, we're here. This is basically going to be Sinister Sam's lair. We are shooting the second one. This is a storage unit that I actually used to work at this place, and so I actually quit, got my friend a job here. And I told her, I'm like, I need this, as a favor for getting you a job here. And she's like, yeah, no problem, get it. So, so now we're here on a gorilla for sure on a Sunday night. But yeah, just, and again, thanks, David, for your show. We've been screening Midnight Owls. It's been getting great reviews. It's on Versus TV. It's on YouTube on my Nigel David Productions. I know you've had it up and everything. And so big thanks to you because your viewers have taken the chance to look and watch it. So yeah, that's what I've been basically doing, has been doing a lot of publicity for the movie, doing screenings and stuff, getting it out, and here we are. It's such a success. We're making a second one, continuing the story of Sinister Sam.
For those who don't know about what the first one covered, tell us about Sinister Sam and what the first Midnight Owls was about.
So Midnight Owls, Sinister Sam is kind of a disturbed young man. And basically, he is terrorizing Chicago. And so the first Midnight Owls, we actually go inside of his head. Because I firmly believe that, serial killers have a process. They have a thing they do. They have to gear themselves up. So I really wanted to kind of capture that in the Midnight Owls. He does his thing as Sinister Sam. But yeah, just kind of setting up. And then this one here is the continuation for where we left off. And now we're in reality here. The first one, let's call that one his mind. You were in his mind. And this one, now we're in reality. Now you get to see him get down to business.
What are you looking forward to with this? And go ahead and show me around because you're actually on the set. So tell me what's going on.
So we got makeup. We got Dana here. And we got Nora, who is Dr. Meredith Knox. So we're getting her makeup and everything like that. This is David, guys. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
We got the makeup department, and we got Jade here. So she's actually playing Victim 1, who has a name. And she's going to be, let's just say, wrapped in plastic for a little bit. What do you think about that? You be wrapped in plastic? You good with that?
Yeah, at least I'll be a little warm. So
there you go.
I'm excited. I'm really excited to be covered in blood fully and thrown across the floor like I should be as a dead person.
Well, I have to say, I love the makeup. So good.
So, and then, right here, David, this is Louisa. This is my producer. This is Louisa Bott.
Producer.
Yeah.
Hi, Louisa.
Chicago. She's going to Columbia. She's a senior.
Yeah.
Tell this is David Marino from the Marino Show.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you enjoying working on this film?
I'm enjoying pretty much giving feedback and pretty much helping people do a better job. And pretty much bring this movie over the finish line.
Yeah. And this is where it starts right here.
Yeah.
So cool. So I'm going to go here. I'm not going to give away too much of my set because I don't want to give away too much of my set, but I got to get my man in here. I got to get my man. This is This is my friend
Hi.
right here, Adam. This is my brother from another mother right here. I tell you right
Hi,
now.
Adam.
And now we can't see you at all.
Yeah, you're a little dark.
Here, let's see the light. Oh, you got a light there? Oh. Things on the set, right? Oh, God, what the hell was that? I don't know. All right.
Hey, Adam, how you doing?
Not bad. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. It's been great talking to Nigel. I interviewed him last time about the first film, and now you're doing the sequel. So what part do you play in this?
I'm doing set design. I'm doing the props. So when you see this wonderfully bizarre set that we've created and all the wonderful, definitely never been used torture tools, those will be things that I have provided and brought into here.
It's amazing the torture tools this guy actually has. I'm like,
they're just there, you know. We just found them.
Well, I have to say, I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what this one's all about. And it sounds like y'all are really taking it to the next level, just based on what I'm hearing.
But you know what? Let's go talk to the man. You want to talk to the man?
Yeah.
I say we go talk to the man right here. So the one and only, Lucy, can you bring the light in here? I'm gonna bring you the one and only Sinister Sam himself right here.
Hey, how's it going?
Boyles.
Hey.
Hey, I was telling Nigel that, well, we did an interview for the first film, and I thought you did like such an excellent job in the movie. And he was telling me that you had never really acted before, right? Or that, I don't know, that you did.
Yeah, very kind words. Yeah, thank you.
So how are you enjoying kind of like taking on this character? Because the first one was really trippy. I was telling Nigel I loved it. How are you?
Great with the direction. To me, it kind of comes natural. I grew up on horror. I'm a huge like 80s horror movie kid. I've been in the cinema like my entire life. So even though like I've never really worked in film directly before, like it's something that's been on my bucket list. So yeah, it's awesome, man.
So you excited to be filming today, getting ready to start?
Absolutely. We're ready to go.
He gets to play with torture tools, right?
Heck yeah, man.
So
well, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. All right, guys.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm gonna let them finish. This is Mother.
Hey!
This is Mother.
Hi,
This
how
is
are you?
Sarah, storyteller.
Hi. It's
Hi.
out here in Chicago.
So if you
Yeah.
remember her from the first movie, this is Mother.
I
So this
do.
is Sinister Sam's mom.
That's awesome. I'm so excited that y'all are making this sequel. How do you feel about it?
I feel exhilarated. I am so excited. I have probably like 30 pictures on Instagram of just me putting on makeup. I'm so moved by it. And it's really important for me to be surrounded by creative, amazing people. And I love my tribe. And Nigel invited me and I said yes.
Yeah.
Well, Nigel's awesome. Like I said, I interviewed him for the first film and I loved it so much. And he wanted to, you know, he told me he was going to be on set. And I was so excited to be able to see all of you. So I know everything's going to go well, and I cannot wait to see this when it's actually done.
Absolutely. Thanks for everything you do.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So yeah, they're just finishing up. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk back out here.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, that's my family. Those are my peoples right there. I love every one of those guys so much. Like they just mean the world to me. They really do. They do. You know. And again, for filmmakers out there, take care of your cast. Say thank you. You know, because that's what it takes. You know, you tell them thank you, they'll do. You know, they'll bend over backwards for you if you're just polite. Look at that. We're in the light now. As you can see, it's getting kind of dark, so we're getting close.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue on with the interview here, just so I can get but what I want to know is, for this one, what has been a little different? Did you take a different approach to the sequel, or what has been the difference for you in working on part 2?
So the difference here is that I wanted to carry the story over. So like the original one takes place in his head because we all dream, and this is what he does. So I wanted to take it, you know, bring Sinister Sam to reality. You know, because so again, the Sinister Sam you see in the movie, in the first one, really is just a figment of who he thinks he looks like. You know, we don't know. I mean, you won't know until you see the second one. What he actually does for a living and how he actually gets in, and how he actually picks his victims and stuff like that. You know, because again, you know, serial killers, they're just regular Joes. They're just regular guys or regular women, you know, just trying to survive in the world like the rest of us. You know, so we all wear masks. And so with this one, you know, the first one was basically taking you inside his mind. This one I'm peeling away the mask. I'm giving you the reality of what Sinister Sam is and who he is and what he's capable of. And then I've already gotten the third one written. So, and that's going to be a total next step, next level from this. And so, with the trilogy, I definitely wanted to make sure I was able to step up the game. And again, with having a different producer besides me, I don't have to do it all. I actually got a producer, and Luisa has been phenomenal getting stuff for me and taking care of stuff, as producers do. And so it's different. We're actually, I feel we're like another 100% more professional.
Well, I'm excited for you. And I have to say, I think we talked about this last time, but I love horror as you do, as people on your set do, the actors, the producers, etc. But what I will say is that to me, I watch a lot of true crime documentaries. I always find what's scariest to me isn't just the boogeyman type horror films. I think what's scarier is when you do think about serial killers, because that's real. These are people that are walking among us.
Yeah.
And that the psychological, like the reason they do what they do, that's why I watch these different documentaries, because I'm always fascinated with, not what they do, because I don't, of course, condone that, but I wonder like how they ended up going down that path. So what about this subject matter clicks with you, and why, being like the writer, director, how did this come to you, and why is this kind of a fascination of yours?
So exactly like what you just said. I mean, it's a fascination. What makes these people tick? I mean, you could be sitting next to a serial killer. Look at BTK. Father worked in the church. John Gacy, who is like, with all the stuff that's been going on with, like showing him with the devil in disguise and everything. I lived through that. I lived right outside of Chicago. I remember when that happened. I remember seeing those news reports. Like, so Gacy for me is like that. He's like the holy grail of like, because again, again, what he did was terrible. But again, as far as like people that lived a normal life, as normal as they possibly could, and fooled everybody and did what he did under everybody's eyes, like just under everybody. I mean, all the signs were there, but nobody paid attention. Nobody wanted to say, oh, something is definitely wrong with him. Everybody's just like, oh, he's just John, And again, so with Sinister Sam, with what he does, like you'll find out in this movie, like what he does, everybody's gonna be like, that's just Sam, because again, like you said, it's got to be, is it genetic or is it environment? Is it a combination of the two that makes these people tick? We don't know, and I'm just trying to take make a take on it and see. But again, like I said, the first one was about kind of him gearing up, and then again, this one being the reality of what he really does and who he really is. So that's what fascinates me about that, is actually just kind of peeling back that mask and really just letting the reality person take over. Can you imagine, like, Bundy? He talked to you like made you feel like a friend. Again, can you help him? That was his thing. I got a cast in my hand. Can you help me? He played on the sympathy of other people. I mean, how evil, to me, that's actually more evil than some of it, because again, he's making a conscious decision. He's planted in his head, I'm going to try to grab somebody. And that's got, to me, that blows my mind. Like that mental bubble has to be just massive way on somebody's, mind. So, but again, these guys, like it's nothing.
It also gives you some insight into the human mind, how we are brought up, how we're taught with these different stereotypes. Like, for instance, when you think of somebody who's out there killing people or a serial killer, naturally we're thinking of monsters. Ted Bundy, what was so interesting to me about that, he's this very good looking man.
Yeah.
So women are like, oh my God, look at this dude. And that is like, it kind of flips. Like, we're always with people who are attractive, especially, or the conventional attractive, when those people do those types of things, people get obsessed with them. Like, look at Luigi, look at Mangione. Like, it's so crazy to me, the psychology behind, even when these people that look like that first, that's how they get their victims, because of what they look like half the time if they're serial killers. But then even if they're not serial killers and they're just killers and they look a certain way, people are so much more forgiving, but if he looked different, the reaction would be different. So it kind of gives you a behind the scenes look of the human psyche.
Yeah, and it's also a sign of the times.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have you just walked past something, not even thought about it, and then heard about it later? I mean, there's a scene in Midnight Owls, the original one, where Dr. Meredith Knox's body falls out onto the sidewalk. There's a bus that goes right by. Guy walked, nobody cared, and it was just funny because nobody did. I mean, when we filmed that right there on North Avenue, right outside the Walgreens, and nobody stopped until after we were done shooting. We were taking pictures for set, and this guy walked up, and Nora's on the ground, and she got blood all over her and stuff. And he's like, he pulls his phone out to dial 911. I'm like, oh, no. We're shooting a movie, you know. But he was ready. He believed it. Like, you know, he was like the only person out of probably like 10, 15 people that passed behind us. And they just didn't care. They just, I got my own life to live in, you know, facing the phone, you know, ignoring the rest of the world. It doesn't affect them, you know. And I think that's a problem. You know, look at where we're at now.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, tell me about, you know, obviously you're not going to show me because we want it to be a surprise when the film comes out, but I know you're really excited about the sets and just how everything's going to look. So without giving away too much, tell me about how you've kind of stepped things up in terms of set design and all that type of stuff for the sequel.
So the first movie, Midnight Owls, basically I did everything. I wrote it, I filmed it, I edited it, I produced it. Everything was on me. So I could only do so much. And this is why I kind of shot it the way I did in the places I shot it. This time around, after that, with the success of the Midnight Owls, you know, people were like, hey, people took notice. They're like, hey, this is really a good movie. We really like this. We want to be part of it. And going to the networking things, because again, filmmakers out there, go to your local networking things, whether it be a city or your local town or city or town or village or whatever, go to those networking things. I met all my team outside of the makeup artist, Dana. I knew her from before. But everybody I met is at the networking things, and I showed them what I wanted to do, and they were on board. And, you know, again, you say thank you and, you know, give people an opportunity.
I'm excited about this film too, because you're bringing back two of the characters, obviously Sinister Sam, and then the doctor, right? So tell me about the doctor coming back as well.
So Dr. Meredith Knox, at the end of the movie, he basically, if you listen to the radio broadcast, she disappears. He takes her, you know, so he's taken he killed the sister, now he's taken her. The other returning character will be the mother. So that's kind of, it's the mother's this cheerleader. Not his foil, not his lover thing. She's his cheerleader. And it's a figment of his imagination. That's who he talks to, you know, but it's, you know, in this case, it's his cheerleader. So those are the three characters that are returning. And then the character that Jade is playing in the plastic is actually Victim 1, which will be in this movie, introduced in this movie. So I'm basically, with this movie, I'm kind of doing like a timeline jump. I'm bouncing back and forth between these different time periods of the same these scenes at the same time of what's going on, but I'm jumping back and forth because I have a lot to pack in. You know, this being the sequel, this to me, I'm trying to make this my Empire Strikes Back. You know how the Empire Strikes Back basically turned the whole series. It's my favorite Star Wars. You know, but what happened in that movie from beginning to end, it shaped everything Star Wars. You know, and this is the way I'm looking at this movie. This is the movie that's going to shape the next one, and then anything in the future when it comes to Sinister Sam.
Well, I'm excited to hear that, and I'm looking forward to what you create. Now, this time around, you said you're filming in Indiana, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we're filming in Indiana, and we're also filming in the city. So Adam, my prop guy that you met there, he lives down this amazing alley that's going to serve as a set piece in the next movie. It's just amazing. I'm like, how do you not tell me you live down this alley, dude? Like, seriously, you know, this is like exactly what I was looking for.
How long do you anticipate the filming to take with the sequel?
So this is the bulk of the sequel is going to be taking place tonight, and the other scenes are being built around it. So it's going to probably be a couple months on this one. I really want to take my time with this one. because again, being stepped up with a producer and being stepped up with, an actual prop and guy and costume and makeup, I want to take my time with this one and really make it shine and give these guys, all the shine they can for the effort that they do, because again, all these people are doing such an amazing job for me.
I think one of the things that contributes so much to films, especially horror films, is the music, because that creates like an atmosphere. And I know you are into music. That first one was really cool with the music. So what are you looking forward to in this one?
So the music, and you've met Sinister Sam, who is also Brian Voyles. And what do we got? We are You're all set? We're almost ready? We're almost ready? Okay. Yeah, I probably got another 10 minutes and that'll be it. So, Sinister Sam, who you met, he's the one that does the music, because he actually has a music studio, and he does all the original music. I think we sat down and we wrote the theme together. Then after that, I was like, you know what, dude, this is you. You're Sinister Sam. Create your own. What better way to represent a serial killer than to let them do their own soundtrack? Let them do their own. What they feel this character needs, and Brian has just done an amazing job with it. I mean, everything he sent me music-wise, it's like, yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's like having like my own on-set John Carpenter.
Well, and like Brian Voyles, the actor that plays Sinister Sam, his music is awesome. And again, that creates such an atmosphere. But the character of Sinister Sam, what I love also is that he is kind of rock and roll, like his whole look, which I love, because I don't know, when I think about the serial killers, they're usually in a mask, or you know what I'm saying? Or like, I love that this one is kind of got that edge. He's got that rock and roll sort of character. And I think that brings something very unique and different to your films. What do you think? Do you think that way too?
Because I didn't want to do a Freddy. We all love Freddy and the Wisecracks, but I also didn't want to go so overboard with like Hitchhiker from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where it's so overboard. I tried to find a happy medium where, I want him to, because he's asking for help at some point. He's asking for help. So, there's maybe a little bit of him. He's kind of like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, So I really wanted to give him the Southern drawl, because he's being from Chicago, but he's also a gentleman, as much as that sounds weird, as what the evil things he does, he's still a Southern gentleman, So I tried to find a happy medium and not do something that's already been done, but it's all been done before. We all know that, so I just try to put my own take on it and hope people enjoy it and that. But I wanted to put a realism on it. And we talked about that movie Maniac from 1980, and that, if you've seen it, that's realism. And that's what I'm looking for. I don't want him. He's not supernatural. He's not a ghost. He's not some super being that's, that can jump over buildings or transport from one side to another side. He's just a regular guy doing what he thinks is the right thing to do. And that's all he's doing. And he's just trying to survive, as himself. So, and he lives in his world, and, we'll see where it takes it.
So with this one, it should be coming out, sometime next year, right? I'm assuming.
It's probably going to be somewhere between January and the early spring, probably, because I definitely want to hit the film fest circuit and everything. And, with having the first one on its back, being able to, push both, out at the same time. That's kind of, again, I want to take my time with this. I had a schedule. I was doing it all by myself, but now I got help. So I'm going to take my time and enjoy the help that I have,
Let me ask you this, because I know you got to go soon. We only have a few more minutes. But now that the Midnight Owls, the first one is out publicly, what kind of reaction have you received? What did you receive at the actual premiere?
So
tell me about that.
The what I got, and it was one of the main reasons I made this movie. So in the beginning, when Miriam Knox, the first kill you see in the black and white,
yes,
it's so horrific because, again, you don't see any blood, but it's so horrific because she is talking to her daughter. And the gas, every time I've screened it, when she gets snatched out, because they realize, she's like, oh, I'll be home in a little bit. And she never comes home. And the gas, I mean, just absolute, when Sinister Sam jumps out and takes her. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better reaction from that, and not showing a drop of blood. But again, the realism of it and just the horror at, and again, not condoning what these people do or anything like that. It is entertainment, but these poor families, and how can you console somebody that's been a victim of this? Not just the victim, but the family, the mothers, the fathers, the daughters, sons, So yeah, it's the reactions I've gotten because of that, because I put that in there, have been really good. It's not to saying that, I know it sounds kind of bad saying good, but the reaction has been phenomenal. And again, the acting, everybody loves the acting. Everybody loves Sam. And at the premieres, when he's there, he stands up, everybody's like, they see him, they're like, oh, because he's pretty tall, and he's like, he's a force just by himself without even any of the makeup on. He's just a force by himself. So, but yeah, it's been phenomenal with the reaction. And again, thanks to you, and your viewers and stuff, getting the views, and, invite your viewers to comment, check it out. If you haven't looked at it now, definitely look at it. It's Nigel David Productions, The Midnight Owls, 18 minutes and 37 seconds of your life that I wouldn't mind borrowing for just a couple minutes. And, leave a review, leave a comment. I would love to hear it. And let me know if David, if you follow David, so I could let him know, because again, it's all about helping each other. And David does a phenomenal job. You do a phenomenal job. I've watched all your content.
Oh, thank you.
And dude, seriously, you got Judith from Halloween, man. That was, dude, I'm like, holy cow, look at this Judith from Halloween, dude. I'm like, if we ever meet, if you ever have an opportunity, dude, you gotta introduce me. I would love that. That'd be like a dream, because it's Judith Myers. It's the original kill.
When I did that interview a few years ago, I accidentally called her Judith the first time because I was so enamored with the character, and she is so sweet and just so friendly. And all I did was send an email. I'm not a huge show. I just have to reach out to people.
Yeah.
You know how it is when you're doing stuff on your own and pay, yeah. So, and she was so sweet and so nice. But then I also have to say, I'll let you go here shortly, but I also have to say, you've been so fabulous and awesome in letting me into like your world with this film. And I'm so excited about what's going to come with the second one. And before I let you go, what's the one thing you learned from part one in the filming process that you're doing differently now? Is it that you have help? Because I know it's really hard doing everything on your own. What are you doing? What did you learn from that experience and how you wanted to do different for the second one?
What I learned was to get a producer, which she's right here, and to, get help. Because again, being able to do it as a team effort and have more people on set and helping, it eases up on me, and I'm able to concentrate more on what I need to do as directing goes. And but yeah, look at this. They're all like, they're just chomping at the bit for this.